Hey, Spencer Colgan here, and thanks for coming back to my show. Cutting around an arch can be a difficult task, and so I want to show you how I cut wallpaper to conform to an arch on the outside of it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. How would you keep the wallpaper consistent along the edge? There's no boundary. There's no boundary against which to make your cut. So what do? Well, I decided to make a boundary on the other arch before I get to that one that you're looking at. Five layers of tape should give me a ridge that will give me a boundary. I was going to put molding and pin nail it in. I decided against it because the folks who did this bullnose did it perfectly, and I don't want to be filling it in, etc., etc. So I created a ridge with tape. So I made sort of like a compass out of my steel square, which is, so using my speed square, I tried many things, and I put this up against the arch, knowing that if I held it consistently, it would give me the same mark over the device if I dragged the pencil. And so that's what I did. So holding the device, I just kept my pencil riding up above the plastic square. So like this, back and forth, I just made a consistent mark holding the tool in the same position, at the same angle, and it drew for me a pencil line against which I could cut the wallpaper. It wasn't easy, but I got it done. Now the trick is going to be to cut along that line, nice and slowly. So using a nice sharp blade, I dragged my knife slowly, not pressing too hard, and I want to see the pencil line as I do my cut. I want to be looking at it as I do it. And here's the thing. When I get this down, we're going to roll paint right up to and just over the edge of our wallpaper, so that all the way from the ground, when we look up, all we're going to see is a nice sharp edge. What do you think? I first score it. I want to just score it. Okay. It's not perfect yet. No way. It's not perfect. Okay. Because you can see this is the lead mark. Well, the pencil mark, I should say, is quite wide, isn't it? Now the nice thing is that since we're going to be painting over this pencil mark, we can perfect our trim after we get 95% of it off, right? I mean, this is not easy to do. And so here's what I mean. Wow, it's actually far better than I thought, but I figured if we had any rough edges, you know, we like, say for like right here, just come in and perfect it. Okay, like that. Just like that. Look at that. Now, Dan Childs, I want to know. Dan is the man who should be making these videos. Dan's got a lot more experience than all of us. Dan, how do you do this? Tell me what you do. You probably don't bother with bull noses, right? If you're wondering why tape is here, yesterday, as I was installing this part of the job, I built up a ridge with tape. Ow, that hurt. Oh, this grass cloth will stab you. I built up a ridge thinking that the ridge from the tape would give me a lip against which I could drag my smoother against the tape, but it didn't work. It doesn't work with thick wallpaper. It would with thinner stuff, but it didn't work. So this is plan B. And you know what? Not a bad thing. I like it. How about you? How about you? I like this. You know, with wallpaper work, you can be pretty creative sometimes. You know what I mean? Because let me tell you something. It's all in your hands. After you get the job, like there are just things with certain jobs, certain environmental factors that you gotta create. You gotta come up with some alternative methods of installing. Look at that, I'm so happy with that. What do you think? Oh, I love it. Better than I thought. So how do we get wallpaper on a bull nose at the top? Where do you stop the wallpaper? Here, here, where? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so with a 3/8 inch roller, 3/8 of an inch nap, you could see that we have to be very careful, right? We just want to touch the wallpaper. Very difficult. You gotta keep changing the angle till you get closer. 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 Okay. You don't want to rush this. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. I think we'll get a brush in there too. What do you think? Let's see how our brush works. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby cakes. Nice. Don't breathe. Okay. My palette is going to have the colors. I'm just going off of a paste lid. Oh yeah, come on. reason why I'm using a brush is that ridge is thick. It won't, see, it's not wallpaper. It's pretty thick material, grass cloth. So that ridge is gonna catch that roller and take a lot of color onto it, and I don't want that. Okay, that's why I'm using the brush. What do you think? What would you use? Actually, I like this, you know why? The thickness of the wall covering provides a ridge against which my bristles can stop and just apply the color. See that? The boundary is the wallpaper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not painting this. In other words, I'm just doing this for the customer to see, so that they can see, that they can rest assured that this is gonna look fine. Now, if you are a little uneven, just bring the paint up onto the wallpaper. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because you don't want to keep carving away at this plaster arch. Here's why. You're going to crack it, and then you're going to have to repair it. And then, haven't heard the term recently? You ever hear the term, then you're in the soup? You know, then you got problems. Time. Just do that. What do you think? Oh my goodness, I love my job. Oh, look at that. I feel like Bob Ross. Does anybody watch Bob Ross? If you do, you're probably between the ages of 50 and older. Now I'm unique because I watch him. Very few will get that joke. That's okay though. We entertain all sorts on my channel. All of you. All of you. All of you. And if you do watch him, do you ever catch him getting nervous? I think he just makes it up as he goes along. Like sometimes I'm like, oh crap, how's he gonna hide that? And he's like, just put it in there. And it sounds like his voice is shaking, like, I feel like he's saying, oh crap, I better straighten this out. Does anyone else feel that way? Or am I overthinking it? See that? We gotta do a little magic here. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, baby. Nice. Just like that. I think you're gonna like the finished product. I think so. I hope so. One time I arrested a bunch of prisoners. About 6 of them. we would go out as a team and arrest them for narcotics. But one day we had a ring of folks selling drugs from hotels, you know, like no-tell motels, that kind of thing. So we get them all rounded up and, you know, prisoners start speaking once they're in custody, you know. They start relaxing. Anyway, I arrested a boyfriend-girlfriend team that was selling crack. This is in the 90s. So the guy breaks down in tears, you know, he's busted. He's a predicate felon. And he turns to his girlfriend and he goes, I love you, yo. So she says, I love you too, yo. I said, can you tell me something? Did he just say, I love you, yo? She said, yes. I said, why did he say yo? She said, because he just trying to emphasize it, yo. I said, okay. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about that? What are you thinking? Do you like it? Nice. Nice. Let's just perfect it right there. You really can't breathe when you do this. You screw it up. Usually I check my color. If I turn blue, I start taking air. Nice. Nice. Let's see how that looks. I like it. I like it. So this is the look. This is what I did. Let me try to get the sun glare out of your face. 1 second. P.F. Ray. Thank you. Thank you very much. You too. We don't play games here. And we're transparent. What do you think? I hope you love it.